Hey everybody, and welcome to Tuesday night's Blessed by Plexus Zoom call. Tonight we're doing something really exciting. We're having a call where we've asked our spouses to join us. And I had called it a skeptical, is your spouse a skeptical spouse? But it's not all about that. It's also about just what we can do as spouses to support each other and just to hear a different viewpoint. I thought it'd be really cool if we heard the viewpoint of my husband, who is sitting right beside me. His name is Jason Whitfield, and we've been married a long time. We were having an argument the other day because he did not believe that we were about to celebrate our 29th wedding anniversary. He just couldn't believe it was true, but it is true. And my name is Datha. I think everyone on here knows me, and I've been with Plexus about 2.5 years. And y'all hear from me all the time, so I'm going to turn it over to my husband, and we're going to hear what he has to say. But first, let me just say thank you for being on here. I love this job so much, and this is one of the reasons, connecting with you guys. And as I look on the screen, I see babies and kids and dogs, and it's so wonderful that we can, this is our job, and what an amazing job it is. And you are what makes it just very special. The relationships are amazing. So I hope Jason says something tonight that resonates with our spouses, and maybe you can share this with them because this is recorded. And so take it away.
Well, hello everybody out there in Plexus world. I'm obviously Datha's husband, Jason, and she asked me to just say a few words tonight, so I wanted to sit down with you guys and share some of my thoughts and views about Plexus and really how and where we came from with it. I was on the front end, one of those skeptical guys, and was always supportive of what Datha wanted to do. And so it wasn't a skepticism about her being able to accomplish what she wanted to, but it was more about the company and the products and all those things. But before we get into that, let me just tell you a little bit about who I am. First of all, I do pastor a church, and also am a owner of a small sporting goods store right here in our local town, Hueytown, Concord area. So I know everybody's busy, and I can certainly relate to it. Plexus is one of those things. It takes a lot of time and energy from whoever's working it in your family, and Datha and I know all about that. So, but for the last 2.5 years, Plexus has been a huge part of our lives. Datha started, it's actually 2 years and 4 months. I didn't ask Datha the exact date, but I do remember that it was in June. And so anyway, it's been a huge part of our lives. I've sat and listened to all the training calls, and I've listened to all the calls back and forth about how do I accomplish this and how do I accomplish that. And so she's been good at that. And in fact, I have gone to sleep many times listening to her talk about Plexus. So anyway, but let me just say this. The dog is on someone's head. And but anyway, I was one of those skeptical people, not because I'd heard anything negative about Plexus, didn't know anything about it, but it's just kind of my makeup. I'm the safe guy. I always like to look and analyze and watch something for a good while before I begin to participate in it. But the very first thing that I did after Datha got started was I actually started taking the products. And
I forced you.
Yeah, I was for a number of years in my life. I was I played sports, and even as an adult played a lot of ball, and was relatively healthy until I got to my around 40 and was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and it certainly took its toll on my energy and my body. And so Datha immediately got me started taking the products, and I started out taking Slim, and it was one of the very first things that I did take. It was something that took it about 2 weeks, and I immediately began to feel the difference within my energy levels, and also just knowing that my sugar levels were decreasing because of it. Also take ProBio. It's one of the products that was it was a lifesaver in so many ways. Always had trouble with IBS and irritable bowel, and that stuff has just been a miracle worker for me. In fact, I love it because of the benefits, just the health benefits of Slim and ProBio. But it doesn't stop there for me with the type 2 diabetes. I take the nerve support. And I want to tell everybody out there that if you have people, customers, if you have people in your family, people that you work with that do not take the nerve support and they are a type 2 diabetic, you need to encourage them to give it a shot. I can tell you how it affected me by taking it. And it was, as a diabetic, I started noticing numbness in my toes, around my knees and my elbows. And that had been going on for some time. You could touch them, and I literally could not feel it. I got on the nerve support, and I do not have those issues whatsoever now that I've been taking it for a good long time. But anyway, it started working. I noticed a difference within about a month of taking it, that the deadness around my elbows, knees, and in my toes was gone. That is a huge deal for diabetics. And so I encourage you to promote that product. Or if you don't take it and you're a diabetic, you need to give it a shot because it really made a difference for me. So all about Plexus, you know, it's there's different aspects of it that I'd like to just mention to you tonight. One of them is the health benefits that I just went over. Another aspect of it is the financial part of it, because it is a company that has a great compensation plan, and there are people that make a living doing it. And then there's people that just supplement their income doing it. But it really can make a difference financially. And so I'll tell you this, for a number of years, I was the primary source of income for our family until Datha started Plexus. And it took a while, but I can tell you now that she makes probably 2.5 times what I do. And I could have been the insecure husband about all that, but I'm actually grateful and very excited about it. And so absolutely. And when she gets her check, I do not feel any shame at all in asking her for money. So it is fantastic.
But I took all your money for a really long time. So, it's payback.
Absolutely. And you know what? Plexus has allowed us to do some things that we would have never been able to do, stuff that we would have only, been able to dream about. But the income has been fantastic. And I know if you've been in Plexus for any length of time, you have discovered that they have a wonderful compensation plan, and it can really make a difference for your family financially. So there's great benefits in the health aspect of it. If there's any question as to whether or not the products work, I encourage you to get on them, try them, and don't take them for a week and say you had no you can see no difference. But I encourage you, get on it and commit to it for some time with a particular product and give it some time to work, and they do make a difference. The compensation plan has been a blessing to our family, and we're excited about that. In life, in everything, there's a few things that are just pretty much standard for every person. And there's 3 things that I'd like to mention just briefly. One of them is every single person. And I know we probably got some husbands on, and maybe or a spouse that is not the worker of Plexus, but you're just kind of in the background, and maybe you help, or maybe you've not participated at all. I'd like to just share with you just a few thoughts about not just Plexus, but about life. And I can tell you this, that every single person wants to feel significant. Every person wants to feel like they have a place to belong. And Plexus has done several things like that for us. It gives a sense of purpose. Datha has found something that she loves and something she enjoys, and has made a real difference in just having a family to connect to. Every person loves relationships. Most of us, outside of maybe a few of us that are
Hermits.
Love relationship. And Plexus has been a tremendous place of fellowship for our family. We get together with some of the Plexus ambassadors. We get together with friends that are doing it. Just in general meetings, it's fun to go and to meet with the team, and Datha does it often. But so everybody wants to be significant. You want to have something that you can grasp hold of, and something that you feel like you're making a difference in your life and the life of people around you. You want relationships with people. Plexus is a great place to build relationships, and everybody loves success. There's not a one of us on here that don't like to do something and have that sense of accomplishment. And if you're a goal-oriented person, then Plexus is one of those perfect kind of places for you, whether you're participating actively or if you're just a support. Man, I encourage everybody to get involved and write down things that you want to accomplish, because everybody loves success. And that's something that Datha is fantastic at. She is a go-getter, and she loves to be successful. In saying that, if everybody loves success and everybody loves relationship and everybody loves to be significant, it really has to be done if you're going to do this as a husband and wife team. And I know there's probably singles on that you may not have somebody that's really close that is doing it with you. But if you're a couple on this call, I encourage you to be supportive of one another. I know when I first started, or Datha first started in Plexus, I heard all the calls. I saw all the meetings. I never went to one, didn't participate in them. But in recent months, I have started getting active with her, and I am a Plexus ambassador. Haven't really done much with it. They've got a few people under me, but it's not about that. It's not really about that. I'm doing it because I want Datha to know that I care about what she's doing. And so I go to the meetings. I go and hear some of the phone calls, participate where I can. And she just knows that I am supportive. And I want everybody on this call to know that if you've got somebody close to you that is working Plexus, or maybe you don't have anybody that's close to you, you need to find some type of partner to work with you in this, somebody that believes in you and you'll tell you when you're doing good and slap you on that. You know what? Every home and every family needs a high-fiving, backslapping, congratulating atmosphere in it. And that's what we have here, and it has been a real blessing. You know, the combination of the products, the combination of the products and the financial plan, the relationships and belonging to something has been a fantastic part of our family now for quite some time. I was standing on the beach, and for the past 2 years, Datha and I have got to travel to Hawaii, and what a blessing that is. In fact, it's something that we would probably never have been able to do without Plexus.
Maybe when like our 50th wedding anniversary.
we did go on a cruise on our 25th, but we were nowhere near Hawaii. And but anyway, Hawaii, the trip there has just amazing to stand there and to look. There was some 800 and I think it was 878 Plexus people there that was ambassadors and their significant other or friend that they took with them on the trip. And I was just participating all week long in all the stuff that we were doing. Some of it was planned by Plexus. Other stuff was just free time that we enjoyed together. And we had been there a few days, and we had just participated, of all things. Let me share. I am a pastor, so if you don't mind the Christian overtones, I'd like to share those with you. We were standing on the beach. There was a prayer meeting on the beach with Plexus ambassadors one evening, and it was also a baptism service, and Datha and I got to be a part of that, and it was such a moving moment to stand there on a beach overlooking the Pacific Ocean, something that we would never have the opportunity to see, to be with a group of probably 100 Plexus ambassadors and their family, and to be able to pray together, to experience those baptisms right there in the ocean. The next day, Datha and I were standing very close to that same spot, and I was just looking there, and I just kind of had an epiphany moment. One of those moments where it just strikes you. And I just made the comment, why wouldn't everybody want to be a part of this? And not just for the trip to Hawaii, not just for the financial plan, not just for the health benefits, not just for the relationships and doing things together, but because of all of it, because it's one big package that is amazing. I just had that moment. I was just standing there, and just before I could even thought about it, I just spoke it out loud to Datha. Why wouldn't everybody want to be a part of this? And so that was my moment. So what is this to be a part of? It is the health, it is the income, it is the relationships, the family atmosphere of Plexus. We were in one of had just left out of a conference room where they had a meeting, and Alec Clark and the other gentleman, Tarl, they come walking through the corridor. Datha and I were sitting there on just a small love seat in this resort, and both of them stopped and talked for several minutes with all of these ambassadors there. And here we are, just insignificant nobodies from Hueytown, Alabama, and here these guys are who are running a multi-million-dollar company, and they both took time to stop and ask what was going on in Datha's Plexus business. How were we enjoying the trip? Telling us things about what they were planning for the future. And that's just the kind of company that I've discovered Plexus to be, one that is where everybody participates, where it is a big family. I know it's not a Christian company, but there are a lot of people participating in Plexus that are Christian people. On those trips, people are getting out and making room for the thanking of God for what's going on, for the opportunity for people that don't know Christ to accept him, and also to be baptized right there at the Plexus events. And that's something that they have done, not just this past September, but every Plexus event that we've been on. There has been something like that occur, and that is amazing to be a part of. I know everybody's busy. I know life is busy, but it's one of those things where Plexus can work for everybody. And I know that you may look at others, and you may look at some of the jewels that have succeeded, and you think, you know what, I don't see myself being able to be there. But I can tell you this, that every single person that's on this call, every family that's represented on this call, can have the same success as those that you're looking to for guidance and help that have already succeeded before you. You can have that same success. And one of the great details or parts of it is going to take a unified effort. It's going to take a husband and wife and friends coming together, teams coming together. It takes a unified effort for people to be able to achieve, what they're trying to get to, as far as the next rank or the next level, the next pay scale. And but I believe that if we would all focus our energy on not just the Plexus business, but also the unity part of it, and coming together and doing things together, and especially in your own home, I think that it makes a tremendous difference. It is possible with each and every one of you. There's one thing that I know about doing this that it's going to take, and Datha is fantastic at this. Just today we were riding down the road, and she started talking about what she wanted to accomplish next year, and told me that I had to sit down with her and fill in some dates on the calendar, because she's got some things planned, and I lead a busy life. But she told me I had to sit down with her. That's not really in my nature to sit down and fill out the calendar, but it's something that as a supportive husband that I have got to do. Adam, you've got to sit down with Amy and let her tell you some of the things that she's got planned, and you got to participate in them. But anyway, let me share this one thing with you, and it's one of the most amazing things. If you look in the Bible, if you're a Christian or if you're not, this is not just a topic people who are Christian talk about, but if you are in any type of business, you've got to have a vision. You got to have vision for your personal life. You got to have vision for your children. You've got to have a vision for your family. You got to have a vision for your business. And vision makes a difference. I'll tell you exactly how important vision is. God said, I think we can all trust what he says. He says that if you don't have it, then you'll perish. That's how important vision is. And he wasn't just talking about vision for what you want to accomplish in the kingdom. In fact, another place in his word says that he causes our plans to succeed. That means that you have to sit down and make a plan, and if you'll work it with the intent of being the best you can be, being a person who wants to get the most out of life, be a blessing to others, and you make a plan to do that, then you don't have to wait on what God's saying. You don't have to wait on just his plans to come together, but he says he causes our plans to succeed. And so I encourage you to sit down with your spouse, sit down with your friend who's helping, your coworker, and make a plan together. Unity, vision. Vision is so important to be able to accomplish anything. You've got to put a thought out there, whether it comes out of your heart, whether it comes out of your intellect, just out of your thinking. You've got to put a plan together for your life and for your business. And it makes a real difference, husbands and wives, when you do it together. It really does make a huge difference. In that moment when I was talking there to Datha on the beach in Hawaii, and I just simply said, why wouldn't everybody want to be a part of this? If I feel like if everybody could stand where I was standing and had the same view that I had, and it wasn't the beauty of Hawaii, but it was the view that I had of the entirety of Plexus. If you could have stood in that moment, you would have a similar view. Why wouldn't everybody want to be a part of this? And that's really where I'm coming from tonight. I just wanted to share with you that I started out as the skeptical spouse. I started out as the one who probably wasn't involved like I should have been in the very beginning. But I can tell you, it didn't take me long to come around when the health benefits started, when the financial part of it blessed our family. And then as I have grown in Plexus and as I have seen Datha create a vision for our family with it and through it, it has been amazing. I'll tell you one last thing. I always had a dream to have a sporting goods store, and I had thought about it for a number of years, had thought about locations and thought about what I'd like to sell and what we would like to do, and just always felt like I wanted to do that. And I was at a place, at a job where I probably was never going to be able to open it with the income that I had. Datha was a nurse at the time. I was working for a wholesale company. We sold a lot of sporting goods stuff to other stores, just in the wholesale aspect, not in the retail. And so I would probably never have been able to start the store with that job. And so the next best thing, well, the worst thing that could have happened was the business closed down and I was without work. And so I thought, well, I can't do it on my income now. I always thought there would be some miracle take place and I'd get to start the store.
A rich uncle would die.
Yeah, rich uncle would die. Something would happen. I would get to live out my dream. Instead, I lost my job. And when I lost my job, really didn't know what I would do next. I was pastoring, but the church that I was pastoring, it's a relatively small church, great church, but the income was just not enough to support me, support our family. And so what did we do? Well, Datha was making an income through Plexus and still working as a nurse. And so she funded the opening of our store right in the middle of B.B.P without a job. And that's how we got started in the sporting good business. Actually, we have Plexus to thank for that, because she was still nursing. She was getting a check that we were using at the time. And we just decided to just jump out there. I'm going to tell you what it really speaks to and goes back to. It starts with a vision. And if you have a vision and you take the steps necessary to see it through, and you do what you need to do to ensure that you're in a place or prepared for it, at least mentally, spiritually, and it can happen for you. And that's the whole purpose of why I'm on here tonight, is to tell you, whether you're the skeptical spouse or whether you're already working together as partners, or whether you just have somebody that that's an outside friend, somebody that are supportive, or you need somebody. I encourage you, if you don't have somebody that's working with you, find somebody. If you husbands, wives, and you're not supporting your spouse in the Plexus business, you really ought to take a look at it. And this is more than just about money. It can be a blessing to your home financially. That's a fact. But there's so much more in it. I've never felt so much satisfaction as to be able to work with Datha and to do the things that we want to do, to have the liberty to be able to do things that we only dreamed that we would do in life. And one of them was me being able to start a store, Plexus. Thank you so much. But anyway, I don't really have a whole lot else to say. I'm going to let Datha finish up here tonight. And thank you for letting me speak for just a few minutes. It's been great. I have never done a Zoom call.
It's fun, isn't it?
It's great to see you guys and see the babies and the dogs and Adam and Jordan Bowe, our son, is on here. So anyway.
And our grandbaby was. And you know me, guys, I have one thing I want to say, but I'm going to do a picture. So look your Plexus best, because we have a lot of fun. Our spouses, if you put your baby in here. Let me see Elvie. Smile big. Let me see your faces. Look, okay. Okay, they got Raylan up here. Okay, smile, Chelsea. Oh, my phone just died. Hold it. Get your picture. Let me get Jason's. Okay, y'all might have to take it and send it to me. Who's got their phone out? Or can you do it? Okay. Okay, smile. Okay, I took a couple. All right, let me just say thank you, hubby. Come here. Get Bella.
She's right here.
Y'all, I've got to join y'all. I just want to say, goodbye, baby. Plexus truly is the vehicle to your dreams. And some of you I know personally, and I so much want to get across the message, because I know some of you personally and know some dreams that you have. And I'm just going to use a spouse that's not on here to kind of tell you the vehicle to your dreams, what that could mean. Jason Abar, Diamond Ambassador with Plexus. We met him in an elevator in Hawaii. He is a huge, loves Lord, big Christian. He's a video producer. He told us in the elevator, he said, don't for 1 minute think this is all about Plexus. This is an avenue for you to fulfill your dreams. He was at the time when we saw him, he was working with Casting Crowns to make a video in 40 different languages to go to different countries to spread the good news and the gospel of Jesus Christ, which is amazing. So whatever your dreams are, it can be the vehicle for your dreams. Rebecca, Mitch has big dreams. This could be the vehicle for his dreams. And I'm using Rebecca's husband for an example because I know him. I don't know what Lindsay's husband, what his dreams are. Pam, haven't seen you in so long, Ray, what your dreams are. Adam, I may know a little bit of your dreams. But whatever your dreams are, this can be the vehicle and the avenue to fulfill those dreams. So dream big. Jordan Bowe, yes, I should know my son's dream. Jordan Bowe, you could get that really, really big boat and retire and just go on a fishing tournament for the rest of your life. So whatever those dreams are, they can be fulfilled with just some vision and some hard work behind it. So thank you so much for being on this call. Yes, he said it was a means to an end, is what Jared Abart said. But we always like to get loud at the end, so I'm going to unmute everyone. Woo! Here we are. Does anybody have any questions? No. Well, this call has been recorded, so you can go back and listen to that. I want to thank you all for being here tonight. Y'all have a great night. And as always, go Plexus.
Plexus.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for the inspiration.